welcome to How Do You Drew?
This is a Drew Barrymore podcast brought to you by thedrewsmuseum.com.
And sponsored by our friends at Positive Medium.
I'm Anne.
And I'm Ashley.
And hello. Welcome to another Drewsflash. Do.
Hey, we haven't done one of these in a while. One of our mini episodes.
Yes.
Because we are trying to go easy on ourselves. And also because there's lots of stuff at the top. So why not just give it its own episode?
Yeah. So we hope you enjoy our little tidbits full episode.
And our next episode is going to be very research heavy. So don't worry, you'll get some of that good stuff we do.
Yes, research heavy. We have a cool guest. It's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for next week, but also stick around for this one.
Yeah, don't go anywhere yet.
we're hyping up ourselves for next week, but we need to hype you up for this. What do we have for the top of the show?
Okay. So I don't know if you've noticed, but quite a few times recently on the Drew Barrymore Show, Drew has given a little winky and a little shoulder shimmy that she's part of the Mile High Club.
What's the Mile High Club?
It's come up a lot, which is kind of funny because every time Ross acts shocked, I'm like, she just talked about this, Ross. You already know. But anyway.
Stop pretending.
She went into a little more detail recently on the show this past week.
Can you raise green for yes, red for no? Have you ever seen anyone try to join the Mile High Club?
No.
Captain, can you tell me?
Brazil to New York, American Airlines.
Just follow up. You saw someone join it or you yourself?
Anyway, I have a pretty good theory as to who that would have been with. What do you think?
I think your theory is correct. We have a Brazilian ex-boyfriend of hers, quite possibly.
And there's definitely been stories about her and Fab. I also feel like at the opera or something like that once.
There are definitely stories of them like going off into different areas in the public. And getting it on.
That sounds awful to me when I think about the bathroom on an airplane. Like, I don't even like being in there myself.
I mean, did she say it was the bathroom?
And she does go on to say, like, I used to be cool. This is way before kids. I was cool.
It's cool or illegal, Drew Barrymore?
Here's another interesting sort of follow-up.
Okay.
Drew said on the show that she still has the wedding dress from her wedding to Will and that she has it in her closet to save for her girls. And she hopes that they'll repurpose it in some way.
Oh,
I know.
The dress was like Chanel, right? Like a really,
yeah.
I mean, I know that you didn't like the dress. I think it was a pretty dress. I mean, it has some like at least like a little lace that's really beautiful, right? Like I feel like I'm sure it's high quality fabric, or was it just like an embossed white?
There was, a couple different like types of fabric going on, textures. Yeah. So I'm sure it could be repurposed in a really cool way, but I just thought it was interesting.
It is interesting. I'm surprised, but I'm also not surprised because she has, I think, sentimentality about clothing.
Yeah, definitely. And they were doing a story about somebody saving their wedding dress or something like that. So it made sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
I was like, oh, I wish she had like the slip that she got married in 94. That would be way cooler.
Oh, God. We need that for the Drewsmuseum.
Oh, can you imagine? God.
That's what we'll ask her about. You remember how there was that, I forget what magazine it was in. They like asked about a few things she wore, like something to the Oscars, and she was saying that she lost it in the fire.
Yeah, the 2000 Oscars dress. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting for us to be like, do you still have this outfit you wore?
We just go down the list.
Yeah. These are our favorite pants. Do you still have them?
Do you still have them, and will you please give them to us?
Yes, thank you. How about this t-shirt? All right, so what else do we have?
You know what? We forgot to shout out last week. Our friend over at Drew Barrymore Rebel on Instagram was so kind when we put the word out that we lost the opportunity to record that Ever After behind the scenes footage during the show's Ever After reunion episode. She had it and she sent it to us. And man, that is so sweet. And we really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was vital that we had that in our archive. So thank you.
I know. And I thought for sure it was lost for all time. So
I felt like there had to be a way, but I just hadn't made any effort. So it came to us. That was the effort that we did was put the word out there. And thankfully there are people that follow us have got some sources of their own. I love that so much.
And then I was like, oh, well, if you have this, there's one other thing that we keep like lamenting that we missed. And it was Drew losing her mind over paper and how much she loves paper.
Thrilling news. The Wall Street Journal reports paper maps are making a comeback. If I thought I was turned on before, God, I'm hot as a, I don't know what's hot. The sun!
Oh, wow. And why do you like a paper map?
I love paper.
Yeah?
Yes. Books and cats and paper.
Those are a few of your favorite things, right?
Oh, God, Ross, life is good. Paper.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, she wins.
That to me is one of the funniest moments ever on the show. I can't believe they didn't put it on social media.
Oh my God.
It was so good.
So good.
Even if it was just for ourselves, I loved that very much.
Yes, that made me very happy. So once again, thank you at Drew Barrymore Rebel for sharing that gem with us so we could relive that over and over again.
Over and over. That's what I was just gonna over and over again. Okay, and finally, one more little follow-up. We've talked about a couple times Drew being on the Rosie O'Donnell show in April 1999, how there was this Play-Doh desk that had like a Play-Doh version of Drew's face-ish. It doesn't really look like her.
Yeah.
But we talked about it a couple times, and I think we even mentioned that we saw that it was for sale maybe like a year or so ago.
Yeah, I think we did, because I was like, wait, how did I already kind of had this in my mind?
Yes, or at least you and I talked about it privately, but I think we talked about it on the show. Anyway, the person who bought it posted a really cool reel about it. So on Instagram at andrump3, they shared the video of getting it and setting it up. And I didn't realize this. So I guess Rosie had given her normal desk away to an audience member in some episode. And then every day there was a new desk that somebody would create.
That's insane.
Like companies. I had no idea about that.
Yeah. I mean, that just makes it so much cooler.
I mean, it's just wild. I didn't realize every day they had to come up with something new too. I was thinking like if they did that on Drew's show, that's a lot of craftsmanship.
Absolutely. That's so cool though. I wonder if they would like feature the creators and stuff. That's probably how they made it.
I think a lot of them were from companies. So, it's like free advertising in a way.
Cool.
So cool. So anyway, I love that this lives on. I love that it has a happy, good home. I shared with the user, Andrump, I showed him the Teen People cover photo that they used as the reference for the picture of Drew.
Yes.
And he was really excited about that because he didn't know what picture was used. So yay, just fun.
Collections, share with collections.
Yeah. Not something that we would want to house in our personal lives, but maybe if we ever get the real life Drewsium, Andrump will want to let us maybe even just feature it for a little while.
Somebody else that we're just subtly saying, put things in your will for us. What did Drew proclaim her love for this week? I see that we've got quite a chunky list. So let's hop into this. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I feel like we manifested this because last week we only had one. And I was like, we're going to have more next week. And boy, do we.
I love love.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
Drew loves duct tape.
Okay.
Honey on pizza.
Oh, have you had it?
Yeah, I think I have. It's very, very good.
So good. Like warm honey. Oh my God.
She loves raw onions, and I double checked. She has talked about onions in other capacity that on our list, but never raw onions. So that's a new one. She loves workout classes, which I totally relate to. She loves a sole, the type of fish.
Okay.
She loves furikake, and I had to look that one up. I didn't know what it was.
I would have had to as well.
Okay. It's a popular Japanese rice seasoning.
Okay. Thank you.
Drew loves coconut cream.
Okay.
She loves lemongrass.
Okay.
She loves the juxtaposition of sweet and salty. I feel like we both feel that way. Yeah, I knew you were going to have a big reaction.
I just thought of like peanut butter and chocolate, and I just like,
that's a good one. I was thinking pretzels and chocolate.
Ooh.
Okay, let's move on because there's some more food. She also loves pepper jelly.
Ooh, me too.
Me too.
Yeah.
And then this is a fun one. The newlywed game, which of
Aw.
course made me think of Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Very cute. I've never heard her like actually proclaim love for that.
Yeah. She loves a drive-through.
Okay.
She loves a chopped onion. So we got
Oh.
2 onions this week.
She's got the onion love in spades.
Uh-huh. She loves Krispy Kreme donuts.
Me too. Just the classic one.
Uh-huh. New relationship terms.
Okay.
So like all the like goofy things that the media uses now for dating.
Yes, of course.
And then finally, Drew loves it hot.
What specifically?
Just it. She loves it hot, baby.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. She loves it hot, and that is it. That was quite a fun little ride.
Yeah, I was really excited putting it together all week. Every time I added to it, I was like, this one's so good.
So much fun. Let's talk about the Drewism or Drewisms of the week.
You know, those cool little isms that we do.
Okay, so the first one's a fun one. Even though she's always been so hard on herself about her arms, I feel like even when she, like in the 90s, like this was always her thing. She didn't like her arms.
Yep.
But I thought this was at least pretty funny. Let's play the audio.
Okay, here we go.
Does anyone else here have arms that flap in the wind? Yes. Yeah. And it's the lower half, but the top half is ripped.
Yeah.
Like I have like tight, sexy biceps and then like dog doors.
That is great. Yeah, of course she's going to use some like pet analogy. Not that they don't come from everywhere, but yeah, tight, sexy biceps and then like dog doors.
Dog doors. It's quite the visual.
The perfect description.
Always.
Of, like, something that like flaps on its own. It's so good. All right, so what else?
I picked a secondary one, and this is sort of like, in a way, this one's more serious and like heartfelt, and it's a follow-up in a lot of ways because we have been going back and through so many years, articles so long ago, and Drew's always talking about beating herself up, not being as kind to herself as she would treat other people, and agonizing over mistakes that she's made. And the thing that she said was, it's like a washing machine I can't get out of.
Wow.
But she was like really sad when she was saying it, you know? So I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And I also love that she said she really wants to work on that in 2024. And that this is like the first time that she's finally like really making progress with that.
Oh, that makes me want to give her a hug and say me too.
I know. Well, Ross did for us. So that was nice.
That's good. I did actually, when I saw her the last time, and maybe I'll cut this out. I can't remember the exact wording, but she was saying something like self-deprecating. And I said something to her like, and you struggling with like that, whatever it was, I was like, I completely relate. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And I don't remember, it was like a very brief little exchange. And I think she like gave me like a look or we hugged or something.
Oh my gosh, don't cut this out. That's awesome.
I don't remember the context exactly. Maybe I can ask Anita if she remembers that like little
That's
exchange.
really cool. I'm so glad you had that moment.
It might have been like something she had literally just talked about at the end of the show. I don't remember, but I tried to express to her that I'm like, I relate to that part of you.
Aww,
yeah. Oh,
so sweet.
True. Yeah. It's also like I was trying to think of what other things it would be like a washing machine you can't get off of, like a merry-go-round you can't get off of.
Well, it reminds me, remember she used to talk about in Diary, I think, like the little hamster wheel she couldn't get off of. Roundy, 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 roundy.
Yeah. What was she talking about in that case? I can't remember, but I do remember that. I can picture her face.
And then she goes, I wish you'd get off sometime.
Yeah. Wait, do we still not have a way to get Diary?
Nope.
Oh my God.
This is number 1 on your digitized list.
Guys, everyone needs to make me accountable for this. This is so important to my well-being.
I'm going to crack the whip on you.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Howdy, Drewbies. We want to tell you about our sponsor, Positive Medium. We've actually been clients of theirs for at least 10 years, and they take care of all of our website needs for thedrewsmuseum.com.
They offer custom web design and professional coding, search engine optimization, marketing, and hosting. So we've been hosted by them, but we've also been able to take advantage of a lot of their expertise in these other areas as well.
Absolutely. So customer service is the biggest draw for us with this company. They have saved our site literally from obliteration quite a few times.
But then they also help us with minor issues in just like literally a matter of minutes. So if we have like a coding question or just like something on the back end we can't figure out, we reach out to them and we get an answer back and the issue is solved within moments.
We're so excited that Positive Medium is allowing us to offer our listeners 25% off managed WordPress hosting plans using our promo code DREW, D-R-E-W, of course. And if you want to take advantage of this, visit positivemedium.com. We really, really vouch for these people. They've been so great to us and will continue to be great to us. I can only imagine.
I mean, they're great by offering this to our listeners. So take advantage. Again, it's promo code DREW, of course.
Looks like you pulled some stuff for Kind Comments Corner, which is a corner that I created and you have added things to.
Hey, it's teamwork.
What do we have for this week?
Okay, so I pulled a longer one, which we'll get to. But then after I had done that, I found this comment and I thought it was so cute. I had to feature it.
So BuzzyB143 on BuzzFeed left this comment about Drew that says, she's an actual confetti popper of daisies and sunbeams to everyone around her.
I love that.
Confetti popper of daisies and sunbeams. Yes.
That is so beautifully, perfectly said.
Yes. So thank you, BusyB143, for literally Drew's tagline.
No, I'm like, can we use that somewhere?
Okay, what else did you pull?
Okay, and then on the Drew Barrymore Show, chef and restaurateur Jordan Adina was on, and his Instagram is at @fork_knife, which is really cute. And I just really liked what he had to say. And he posted a very cute picture with himself and Drew and Pilar that we will share.
Oh, cool. So this is what he posted. He said, for most of my life, Drew Barrymore was more of a deity who was equal parts charismatic and talented. Never in my wildest dreams did I think we'd be working together on stage side by side. But hey, here we are. The fact that she's so fucking cool and also hangs with an equally talented individual and Filipino, Pilar Valdez, makes me respect her even more.
So cute.
It's very cute. I love it. I love the deity, equal parts charismatic and talented. Yeah, we agree.
I think that was the thing that made me pull it.
Yeah, totally. Anytime there's like, I know you said something earlier about like not being poetic, but sometimes poetic phrases get me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like cellar door.
Yeah. Good one.
Okay, so what do we have for this week in Drew history?
Okay, so January 17th, 1996. I think we all just got black hair in our mind's eye. We have Drew attending the From Dusk Till Dawn premiere. And this was the debut of the black hair. This is the first time that she went out with it in those crazy curls. So it's kind of a wild hairstyle.
You know, I'll just say about the crazy curls. I feel like one thing, maybe this is also for you. There's a clipping somewhere where it's like the way that they
cut it out.
Yes, the way that they cut out her hair makes it look like a massive like fro.
Right, now I need to go find that clipping.
Yes. But it's a look that is to die for. You know, obviously, like as the Drew with black hair aficionado, not remembering that this was the debut. Did she dye it like that month?
She probably did.
Actually, I'm going to look at our timeline and see what...
we would have put January because December she still had the red hair. And then I was also thinking, like, is this crazy curly thing like a holdover from Home Fries? Because she'd finished filming that. Like, was she just still kind of into the big curly thing?
Did she have a perm for Home Fries?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
They just curled it every... I was just thinking, like, maybe she just missed it. I don't know. But let's talk a little bit more about her look.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like I need to look some other pictures of it, but
weirdly, there's not that many like good quality pictures from this one, at least not that we have.
I just want to look at her face. Oh my gosh. So this look from the Dusk Till Dawn premiere, that jacket, first of all, feels like iconic for some reason.
So yes, this butterfly coat. I actually know somebody, like an online friend who owns the same coat. And I've always been like, oh, I wish I could have that. Yeah. It shows up every once in a while on like resale sites.
Ooh, do you know the brand that makes it?
That would be smart if I did, huh? You know what? I'll see if I can get my friend Alex to find out the brand.
Oh, that'd be so cool. But yeah, she's got this like amazing jacket on. Of course, Make sure you go to the episode page so you can see the whole look that we're talking about because it's stunning. She's got like a black high heels, like kind of a strappy heeled shoe, this white, pure white slip dress, but long. So it has this elegance to it, even though it's like completely simple, save for like a little bit of tailoring like around the neckline.
Yeah.
And then this honkin' like black stone necklace, like pendant.
Yeah, it's like what's the word? An amulet.
Yeah, an amulet. Yeah, so it's this like massive thing on her neck. And then the curly dark hair. And I also love her makeup.
Yeah.
There's something really beautiful about the like purpley kind of light lip that she's wearing. I don't know.
It's good stuff. And
really
of course,
good stuff.
she attended this with Eric Erlandson. This is like towards the end of their relationship that he went there with her. And my theory is that she could have been there to try to court Robert Rodriguez to direct Scream. From Dusk Till Dawn is one of his movies.
Uh-huh.
And we know that she was trying to get him to direct Scream when Wes Craven had initially passed. You know, she went to the Four Rooms premiere in Toronto,
Yes.
and then she's at this. And I just think it makes sense that that's what she was up to.
And I think we might have speculated on the Scream episode a little bit about that,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure you're right, because we've kind of realized that sometimes there's a reason that people go to these premieres. Like,
Especially Drew. Like
Yeah.
there was a time period where she wasn't just like going to every random red carpet. Like she had an intention.
Yes, she's been a businesswoman for a long time, and that's one of the
Yeah.
evidences of that. Either way, yes, classic look, beautiful pull. I'm always happy to gush over Drew in 96 with the black hair.
Yeah.
Also, I'm still waiting to get my copy of that book that has those pictures of her from her birthday that year. I'm in touch with them. I'm so close to calling them out in a negative way, but I'm like waiting patiently. So we'll share what I'm talking about once it's in my hands, because I have faith
Because
that
it will happen.
It has to. It has to. Okay, so let's get into what's new with Drew for this past week.
Okay. Yeah, the big news. The Drew Barrymore Show has been renewed for season 5.
Woohoo! Yeah, Drew.
Congratulations.
Yes.
So happy for Drew and the entire Drew crew. There's so many
Yes.
like sweet people that work on the show that we kind of have like been affiliated with or talked to a bit on social media. So it's just great to see everybody get that good news.
Yes, absolutely. Drew and Ross went on CBS Mornings and CBS New York to announce that they were renewed. And you pointed out that they brought goodie bags for the people on the CBS New York show that have like swag from the Drew Barrymore Show, including these
Yes.
socks that, why don't we have a pair?
Why don't we have anything from the show?
Wait, not a pair. We each want one to wear and one to win in the collection. Somebody
Yeah.
help us out. Get us on
I
the list for the
know.
swag. We're like always talking about the show.
I know I just got done saying we have all these like little connections at the show, but like nobody wants to ever send us anything.
You know what? All we care about is the stuff at this point. Just give us stuff.
Give us the
Otherwise,
socks.
we're going to completely stop doing this podcast. That's a direct threat.
You heard it here.
Yes, but for real, very excited for them. But yes, give us goodie bags. One thing I loved on the CBS New York appearance was they were kind of like saying that, you know, Drew has found her voice in daytime and that they really need her in that space. And she's like humbly sort of like, and then she
Yeah.
says, you know, they started in the pandemic. She was by herself. And then she said it didn't really take off until Ross joined her on the show. And she said,
Yeah.
Ross came in and saved me. And she said, like, I felt like it was a fairy tale. It was very, she said something like,
He was my prince or something.
yeah, and then he said, well, I'm more like a fairy, but I'll take it either way. It was really cute. But it was so Drew for her
Yeah.
to be like wanting to just give it to somebody
share
else.
it. Yeah. But also she's right. Like I remember
Mhm.
when Ross started coming on being like, oh, this is like balancing things better. Like
Yeah.
this feels better. And
Yes. She needed the balance.
So there were a couple articles, of course, about the renewal, and there was a really nice quote from Wendy McMahon, who is now the president and CEO of CBS.
Oh, cool. And this is what they said. The Drew Barrymore Show is firing on all cylinders this season. Drew continues to catapult the show into the cultural zeitgeist with her empathetic and thoughtful interviews, transporting viewers into her living room, where they feel like they're listening to a conversation between two friends and that they are part of it. It's an experience unlike any other in television. Drew is truly creating magic in daytime, and we're thrilled to continue to bring that to our stations.
Very nice.
Come on.
Love that.
Drew had to be so honored by that. That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm sure she was. And they did list some of the upcoming guests that are going to be on.
But it looks like there's some hard hitters on here and people I'm kind of excited about. So,
and also I see a couple past co-stars. I'll just say Demi Moore and Andy McDowell. So that'll be fun.
Very cool. So yay to next season.
Woo-hoo. I know. I love knowing that we have that to look forward to because so much of our content comes from the show.
I was going to say, like, Drew Loves would have to be like a lot more research heavy if we couldn't just be having Drew weekly tell us what she loves. Like,
exactly.
It's very, so yay for us having yet another reason to keep doing this podcast. Content continues.
And then another thing I wanted to mention, because I am also manifesting this for myself. The show is coming to Las Vegas to film some Drew's new stuff leading up to the Super Bowl. Yep. Apparently it's going to be in front of the Bellagio, which is great because that's easy. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to make it happen. And CBS did this whole promo video for it. And Drew had a little part that she filmed.
Yeah, the parts of Drew are really cute, but they feel so generic. Like, it's just like, we are going to be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you've gotten kind of a little bit of intel and started to kind of figure out what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Manifesting Ashley, who's right there, to be able to be there somehow.
Yeah, I'll just like hang out on the sidelines.
Yeah.
To use a football term.
we love sports on this
That
podcast.
is football, right?
The sidelines? It sounds like football to me.
Yeah.
We love sports. We know our stuff. I'm not even going to. Why did you question yourself? Sports are your number one thing. Okay, so from this past week, the other fun thing that popped up is that Drew, as Josie Geller, interviewed the cast of the Mean Girls musical on her show. That was so funny.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to be like a downer, but I feel like she kind of lost how to do Josie.
Well,
did you get that too?
Yeah, I was going to say she didn't seem as much like her for a couple reasons. One, the teeth seemed weird.
Okay.
Which it is what it is. I'm wondering if it was the same guy who helped with the teeth, because
the braces.
Yeah, because didn't he come back and help on the show and he'd done them on?
Yes. I think the first time that she did Josie on the show, he did him at that point, and she nailed it that time. But I did notice, like, remember when she did it for the MTV whatever awards?
Yes.
I remember commenting there, like, Josie felt a little off, like she doesn't have the voice right or something.
Yeah, I think Drew her face is too mature to do the Josie thing. And you know what? Not that she doesn't look young. She just doesn't look like Josie anymore somehow.
Her face is a little more like sleek or chiseled right now.
Yes, exactly. But also, we will always love Josie. Bring Josie back anytime.
Yes.
So much fun.
And shout out to Matthew Kilgore, who is the tailor on the show, and he made the dress, and he gave us a little heads up before this was announced. So sweet. Thank you, Matthew. It was really nice of you to give us that intel.
Yes. And I kind of love that Josie is like recurring on the show. It's a fun thing that they're pulling that out. Now we kind of want, like, can they do more Ever After costume stuff?
Or any of her old movies. I love it. It's such a fun way to like tie back to her career when they do that.
Yeah, totally. Okay, you know what? Since we're near the end of the show now, I'm just going to ask our question to take us out now.
Okay, let's do it.
What character costume would you love to see Drew wear again?
I mean, obviously, I go to Casey Becker from Scream. They did do like a little Casey today.
How'd they do with that?
It was cute because, I mean, the wig wasn't quite right, which is really hard. That wig is hard to get right. But it was like today's version. So she was in like a modern version of that outfit, which was cute.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I have an answer.
Whoa. I would love to see a Boys on the Side Holly, because I just love Holly's style so much. I don't know that it's iconic enough that people would get it, but we would. Like, imagine her with that hair and the little baby clips.
That would be so cute. Although the hair, is a little bit of a thing for me. It's like a little bit of like doesn't feel like Holly trigger if you listen to our Boys on the Side episode. Okay, let's see. What is it for me? I like how I never have an answer for these, but I don't know. I feel like this feels like a cop-out, but like I feel like she loved playing Sheila so much that it would be fun to see her like break out that character.
Well, yeah, she did. They definitely did something in the first season where she dressed as her.
So I wouldn't mind seeing that again. I feel like that's a cop-out, but I just sort of feel like if I put her into the 95 Drew that I love so much,
that it might be weird.
Yeah, that I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah, will it translate? I want to find out though.
Oh, how about like Julia Gulia? Like if we could not Julia Gulia.
Yeah, I could see her doing that one. That would be pretty easy. Gosh, she has done a lot of them because I just realized they also did 51st Dates.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just realized that too. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway. So those are our wishes. That sounds like we've already seen the ones that we want. Oh well. Okay, so thank you everybody for following us on our little journey again. We are now releasing our 68th episode. So let's celebrate.
Is that right? Oh
yeah.
my God. Crazy.
Yes.
Ooh, not that that's like a special number, but all the numbers are. And in fact, you know what? I remember
something about numbers.
Yes, where I just watched it. Okay, let me think about it for a second.
I like all the numbers. If you actually go 1 through 10, there's like something special about every one.
Really? What do you think's nice about 6?
It's pretty.
It's pretty? Yeah. Do you have a lucky number?
6 is a multiple of 3.
Do you have a lucky number yourself?
Actually, you know what? I do. My birthday is February 22nd, which is 222. So I always love when I see the number 2 or 22. It's a great omen.
It's pretty. Thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoy the mini episodes. Sometimes we just have a lot of stuff to catch up on Drew's life over the past week, and it's fun to just kind of keep it light and easy for us.
Yeah, we don't want to bulk the front of a really heavy episode with more stuff.
Right.
So
exactly.
It's our chance.
Yep. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, rate and review. We haven't gotten any new reviews on Apple Podcasts in a long time. If you leave us one, we will read it and give you lots of praise. Follow the show's Instagram at How Do You Drew Pod. And then we also have, of course, our regular Drew Instagram account at Drewseum with so much content.
Yes. I'm going to say something new in here just because I'm going to say Spotify is our primary platform to release things on. They, I think, and this is like kind of to our audience, we think they kind of used to do some sort of like promotion for us because we had an ad for them in our show. That never happens anymore.
Yeah.
So if you just want to tell anyone that you know about this show, if you think they would dig something about it, if there's a movie that we cover that your friend loves, tell them about our show. Because we feel like at this point, it's sort of like we got to get on the ground and share it. And I feel really, really grateful that so much of our like Drewseum audience has come over and listened to us at How Do You Drew. So thank you to all of you, but tell your friends.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Also visit our website at howdoyoudrew.com. Make sure to check that out every week for the episode pages hosted on our original, thedrewseum.com. And sign up for our Patreon, another way to support us.
I did go ahead and tease it on Patreon. We are going to be releasing a commentary track for a very well-loved movie. We're going to do that in February. So get a membership now. We're even going to give it to our $1. We're calling it the Bit of Barrymore members. $1 will get you this commentary track that we promise we will try to make fun and entertaining.
Yes. And if you like hearing us babble, then you're in already. You just got to subscribe. Don't forget to send listener mail to howdoyoudrewpod@gmail.com as always. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This episode of the How Do You Drew podcast was researched and produced by Ashley and Ann from thedrewseum.com with help from our sponsor, Positive Medium.
Special thanks to Matt Costa for our lovely theme song, Roxy Prima for our adorable logo, and last but not least, Drew Barrymore and all the Drewbies who love her. We do this for you.
Thank you.